The mind determines your destiny. Welcome back to Bookwise, the channel that shares knowledge on comprehensive personal development through great books. This week, I'm excited to share with you an incredibly precious book. The book is titled The Mind, The Power to Shape Your Life as You Wish. This is the final masterpiece, a book that condenses the business philosophy and human wisdom of over 80 years of life from Japan's business king and life philosophy master, Mr. Kazuo Inamuzi. Mentioning Kazuo Inamuzi, I'm sure many book lovers are familiar with him. This legendary Japanese entrepreneur has left us many valuable books worth pondering. Examples include Compass to Fulfillment, The Philosophy of Kazuo Inamuzi, Kazuo Inamuzi's Business Philosophy, and A Passion for Success. However, today, the first book in his series of works that I've chosen to share with you is the last book of his life. This book was written when he was nearly 90 years old, and within just 1 year, it was translated into 15 languages and ranked as a bestseller worldwide. In the book, Kazuo Inamuzi has distilled his life experiences into one word: mind. With over 80 years of experience from a successful, happy, and wise life, he told us that everything begins and ends with the mind. Everything you encounter in life is attracted by your mind. When you can cultivate, refine, and elevate your mind, you will have the life you desire. Now, I will share the core principles I have gleaned from reading this book. Please listen. What are the foundations for solid success? First, it is connecting with the mind of the universe. Mr. Kazuo Inamuzi, a man from a humble background, started his journey with nothing but his bare hands. At 27, he founded Kyoto Ceramic Co., Ltd., now Kyocera. At 52, he founded his second company, now known as KDDI, a giant telecommunications company in Japan. Both companies have grown to be among the 500 strongest enterprises in the world. Not only that, at 78, he took the position of chairman of Japan Airlines, and in just 1 year, turned the airline from the brink of bankruptcy and heavy debt into a profitable company with unprecedented profits in its history. Why did Kazuo Inamuzi achieve success in various fields, and what is the foundational business secret that led to his success? It's truly unbelievable that the series of miracles he created were not because he had status and money, nor because he devised a complex business strategy, but because he always held a very simple personal belief. All success stems from a selfless mind. What is a selfless mind? Simply put, it is a mind that always thinks of others, leading to acts of goodwill for others. Having a selfless mind means using the most benevolent, noble, beautiful, and caring part of yourself, everyone. Actions driven by altruism always have a high probability of success, and sometimes yield unexpectedly positive results. Kazuo Inamuzi pointed out that if you start your career with a mind that prioritizes others' benefits, everything will develop positively and your destiny will change. Before starting any task, Kazuo Inamuzi always asked himself whether it was an act of altruism. He believed that any action stemming from goodwill and a mind for others would yield good results without exception. A prime example is his acceptance to become chairman and rebuild Japan Airlines, which originated from his selfless mind. At that time, Japan Airlines was on the verge of bankruptcy. Initially, Kazuo Inamuzi refused many times due to his age and lack of expertise in the airline industry. However, he reconsidered and saw that rebuilding Japan Airlines had 3 significant meanings. First, it was for societal stability and the reconstruction of Japan's economy. If Japan Airlines went bankrupt, it would have serious negative impacts on Japan's economy. If successful, could restore social trust. Second, it was to protect the livelihoods of 32,000 employees. Failure would mean job losses for many, but success would secure the lives of over 30,000 people. Third, it was for the convenience of the citizens. If Japan Airlines collapsed, the country would be left with only one major airline, risking higher fares and lower service quality, which would be detrimental to the public. As Confucius said, seeing what is right and not doing it is the lack of courage. This is also the mind of Kazuo Inamuzi, which allowed him to courageously and resolutely accept the position amidst the pessimistic public opinion of the time. With a benevolent and selfless mind, he pushed for reforms, and within a year, Japan Airlines was rapidly restored. At this point, you might think that this principle sounds too familiar. Living for the benefit of others is known, but it's challenging. If you think so, you need to understand the deeper reason behind his perspective to strengthen your belief in this concept. He believed that deep within each person's mind lies a soul, and even deeper at the core is the true self, considered the essence of a person. The true self is the purest and most beautiful part of the soul. How do we reach our true self? It is by living with a selfless mind. You need to know that this true self is also the mind of the universe that creates all things. All religions believe that everything in the world shares a singular existence, which is the mind of the universe. Though everything appears in different forms, all things and we are one. Therefore, when you reach the true self deep within your soul, you also reach a place that is the mind of the universe. Then, we will touch the root of all things and find the meaning of life. In other words, when you have a benevolent and selfless mind, the deepest part of your mind will connect with the universe. The universe always has a will to impact, promote, and constantly evolve all things towards good and happiness. Therefore, when we have a noble mind by being selfless, we can resonate with the mind of the universe, making everything in our lives unfold positively and naturally. Kazuno Inamuzi believed that those who understand this truth can also understand the meaning of being human and why we are born in this world. In reality, today's society has too many people who live solely to satisfy their desires, crazily pursuing material wealth and ambition for power and status. However, that is not the goal of life. Kazuno Inamuzi, having reached the pinnacle many admire and desire, told us that the purpose of life is to refine the mind and contribute to others. He didn't say this from a place of complete fulfillment in wealth and fame, but because he lived with a mind for others from beginning to end, achieving those things as a result. This is also the law of the universe. The more you give, the more you receive. When you give and live selflessly, you will receive warmth, fullness, and increasing success in your career. A selfless mind might seem like yielding to others, but it is actually building a bridge for yourself. Giving roses to others leaves a lingering fragrance on your hand, and a selfless mind attracts blessings and wealth for you. Continuously cultivate and elevate your mind with a selfless spirit. Live for others and give back to society. You will receive value in your own life. Once you start, never give up. Of course, just having a mind for others is not enough. Kazuno Inamuzi believed that to achieve lasting success, you must also have the willpower to overcome difficulties and the passion to pursue your goals at all costs. He called this the burning spirit of fighting. Kazuno Inamuzi believed there is only a small difference between those who succeed and those who don't. That difference lies in the belief that you can accomplish something even when facing unprecedented challenges. When Kyocera was newly established, it was just a small factory. Gradually, it attracted attention domestically and internationally, leading to significant leaps. However, this process also involved 3 years of rigorous effort for his company. The first challenge started when Kyocera received a large order from IBM. However, IBM required Kyocera's products to meet quality standards 10 times higher than what they were currently producing. At that time, Kyocera lacked the equipment to produce such product. Fulfilling this order was virtually impossible. But facing a major challenge, Inamuzi Kazuo was determined to succeed at all costs, believing that completing this order would enhance their technical capabilities and elevate the company globally. Since that day, he moved into the factory, lived with the workers, supervised every phase and the entire operation process. After each day's work, Inamuzi would see off every employee, thanking them for their hard work, and then return to the office to continue working until early morning. After 7 months of tireless effort, products finally met the required standards after numerous trials. Then, the factory began operating at full capacity 24 hours to deliver a large quantity within the deadline. This successful experience brought significant trust and success to the Kyocera group later on. Since then, Kyocera has launched new products through continuous research and development, with all projects achieving success. When someone asked Kazuno Inamuzi how he managed to succeed time and time again, he simply replied with one sentence: never give up. Next, let's explore the 3 foundations for building a happy life. Kazuno Inamuzi outlined in his book, Gratitude, Humility, and Diligence. First of all, we must be grateful for anything and everything that happens, whether it is good or bad. No matter how well our lives are going, good things will not last forever. He advised us not to get lost in victory and comfort, forgetting to express gratitude to those who helped us. Many people know to be thankful for help received, but not everyone can be grateful even when facing adversity. For Kazuno Inamuzi, harsh conditions are opportunities to train one's mind and soul. Moreover, being thankful for disasters can help us eliminate karmic hindrance. Kazuno Inamuzi shared a story about this. He once stumbled in his career development, and his life mentor, Master Nishikata Tanji, gave him valuable advice. After founding Kyocera, the company produced an artificial knee joint, which doctors confirmed had no issues and urged Kyocera to bring it to market quickly. Under medical pressure, Kyocera began production without obtaining the necessary permits. Consequently, major newspapers and magazines reported that Kyocera sold artificial knee joints to make money without approval from the Ministry of Health. This incident caused a shockwave in public opinion, and both Kyocera and Inamuzi were heavily criticized. Following this event, Inamuzi did not defend himself but continuously apologized. However, the criticism continued for many days, leaving him physically and mentally exhausted. He went to a temple for advice from a master. Sitting opposite each other, the master carefully listened to the whole story making tea, and then said to Inamuzi, "Good. When disaster strikes, it is also a time for past karmic hindrances to vanish. Enduring this can help eliminate karmic hindrances and cleanse the mistakes of your past. It should be celebrated." Here, I will briefly explain the term karma mentioned by the master. In Buddhism, karma refers to all actions, words, thoughts, and activities of a person. Karma is divided into good karma, bad karma, and neutral karma. In simple terms, it is categorized into 3 types: good, bad, and neutral. Returning to Inamuzi's story, upon hearing the master's words, he suddenly understood and accepted the criticisms and blame as a form of repentance. Only the most sincere repentance can cleanse one's karmic hindrances. People cannot live without suffering, and during these times, we must not be discouraged or despair. As the master said, failure and difficulties are opportunities to eliminate past karmic hindrances. So why not welcome them cheerfully? Thank even the bad and difficult things, and you will take another step forward. This is the secret of secrets to overcoming life's arduous journey. Besides gratitude, the second foundation for a happy life is humility. Kazuno Inamuzi said that humility is a talisman. With a humble mind, you can stay away from calamity. It's like having an extra protective layer in life. We are easily proud. Many of us, when achieving success or being better than others and receiving praise, our nature will be affected, possibly flying like a kite out of control. If we allow ourselves to continue like this, we will unintentionally become arrogant and domineering towards others, causing our lives to deviate. In his book, Kazuno Inamuzi tells us that things we often believe are ours, such as body, mind, thoughts, emotions, money, status, abilities, and reputation, are actually just granted to us. Thus, the thought that all these successes are due to me is baseless. If we recognize this and regularly remind ourselves in life and work, arrogance will disappear and our minds will be filled with humility and gratitude. Finally, the third foundation for building a happy life is diligence. After knowing that we need to live and work with a selfless mind, thinking of others, always grateful and humble, we must fight with a spirit of never giving up when facing difficulty. To maintain stability and achieve a happy life and lasting career success, diligence is essential. Carry this belief, live by it, and always work hard, and you will soon achieve what you desire. These are the solid foundations and secrets to success. The book contains many profound philosophies by Kazuno Inamuzi. I strongly encourage you to read the entire book and draw your lessons from it. In practical terms and enlightenment after reading the mind, I believe this is one of the important thoughts throughout the book, and it is what Kazuno Inamuzi wants to convey to you. Your energy field determines your destiny. Kazuno Inamuzi believes that everything that happens in life is attracted and shaped by our mind. In the book, he wrote that all misfortunes in life are caused by our minds. Our minds continuously emit misfortune and complaints, which is called misfortune. Complaints are a poison, and the more you complain, the worse your situation will become. When you stop transmitting negative energy and adjust your mindset, you will find a ray of light in the fog. In life, many of us always complain when facing difficulties or anything unsatisfactory. As a result, the more you fear something, the more you encounter it. The more you avoid something, the more you run into it. Like an artist once said, people are easily hypnotized by what they say, and the complaints you constantly mention will become your life. You need to remember that the people and things you hate are attracted by you. When you try to change your nature and get rid of negative energy, luck will shine in your life. So how do you escape negative energy? Live in a positive energy field. Kazuno Inamuzi was nicknamed the man who carried the sun. No matter what happened, he always wore a sunny smile. He believed that as long as you maintain a positive and optimistic attitude, even the worst situations can go smoothly. When Kazuno Inamuzi was young, 2 of his grandparents died of tuberculosis, and his family was labeled as the tuberculosis family. As a child, he was constantly worried about dying from this disease, and indeed, worrying about it brought it about. He actually contracted tuberculosis, became physically weak and mentally exhausted, unable to succeed in anything. At this time, a neighbor gave him a book titled The Truth of Life. In everyone's mind, there is a magnet that attracts what you think. Any disaster can happen because of the existence of a mind that attracts them. Nothing comes to us without our invitation. His mind suddenly became clear. He no longer felt discouraged daily and began studying hard, doing his best to prepare for the entrance exam he had postponed twice in middle school. Then unexpectedly, a bombing occurred in his area, and many people, afraid of being shot, fled in panic. But Kazuno stayed behind to help the sick on their way to escape. Because of this, a miracle happened. After the war, his tuberculosis spontaneously healed. At the same time, he passed the exam successfully. As he mentioned in his book, the power of the mind can create all sorts of incredible phenomena. This is also the law of the famous energy field. Although we cannot see the energy field around us with the naked eye, it silently affects our lives. If you are pessimistic about the world, thinking everything is terrible, you will indeed be an unfortunate person and fall into life's chaos. Conversely, optimistic people can calmly deal with changes. Even in dangerous situations, they can focus on finding the root cause of the problem and eventually save the situation. You must understand that all good luck is not obtained by seeking it, but by attracting it with a positive and optimistic mind. When you always smile, life will respond with the greatest kindness. Kazuno Inamuzi wrote in the final lines of his book, "Everything in life starts with the mind and ends with the mind." His life has gone through ups and downs, from war to severe illness, from hardship to business crisis. But no danger or difficulty could bring him down because he always had a righteous thought in his mind. He was not afraid, did not complain, and could achieve great accomplishments, help others, and live happily with great wisdom. For a business or an individual, more than having a wise strategy or a modern technical development plan, cultivating the mind is the fundamental root. I hope all of us can remember the teachings of the philosophical master Kazuno Inamuzi. Please remember, everything that happens in life is a reflection of your mind. Whether good or bad, be grateful, humble, and diligent to reach the truth of the universe. The secret to lasting success is to have a selfless mind and do everything for others. When you feel you can't do it, that is the time to start. No matter what, fight to the end and never give up. And finally, everything begins and ends with the mind. That's it for today's video. Thank you for listening. If you find this video helpful, please like and share it with those who need it. Support Bookwise by liking, following, and turning on the notification bell to catch my latest videos. Once again, thank you, and see you in the next content.